Right, we are back for the 2026 season. We're going to address the first elephant in the room, which is the fact that someone's got a haircut. There's a very
Yeah,
good reason for it, Ben, isn't there?
yeah. Well, I woke up one day and my hair just fell off. Now, um, I just lost it. Went to the shops. Don't know where it went.
Oh
Um,
dear.
yes, it's been donated to the Little Princess Foundation, who make wigs out of real hair for mainly, not just, but mainly for children going through like chemotherapy and stuff, but also for all sorts of uh, children in need of things like that. So check them out if you've never heard of them. If you got longer yourself and you want a cut, better than just it being put in a bin. So they're always looking for more hair and donations as well. And obviously, talked before, just before Christmas, about it's going to be a big fundraising year. Um, you know, Steve Prescott Foundation, Violet Grace charity. There will be not quite as big, but I will be doing a 10K in a couple of months. I'll probably talk about next week, and I'll raise a bit of money for them as well. So I'll give that a little plug on here too. If anybody wants to donate anything at all, it's a very good cause. So yes, my
I'd
head's now
say
very
we'll
cold.
near the time we'll link everything up and put all the GoFundMe page and all that stuff on the Instagram and all our
Right.
socials basically. And Joe, did everyone think to donate a bit to me?
But I said,
I'm past it now. I've got no chance.
you could have had a me wig if you want.
Honestly, if I grow this out, I'm diehard three territory now. So it's like, yeah, it's game
I
over.
have three.
Yeah.
Paul
Right.
Eamon.
So we'll start with probably the biggest topic discussion amongst Saints fans, and that's the possible spine
Mm.
for 2026. Um, I think most of it sort of picks itself. Number 13 for me is going to be the issue.
Yeah, there's so many different combinations, which is good in a way, but also might be a while maybe before we actually settle and realize what the best one is. Might be a bit
Yeah.
choppy and changey at the start, maybe. But I think overall it's a good problem to have because if someone's not performing, you've got options then. You've got
Yeah.
other options, you know. So I think from what Rowley said in a few interviews, it's going to be Hastings, I'm pretty sure, started, and I think Sailor will start with him. But whether
Yeah.
it stays like that for very long, who knows? But 13, I would naturally say Shorrocks because he's probably the only ball playing 13, and Rowley usually plays a ball playing 13, and he likes players who can pass the ball. But Clemmer's got a shout here at 13. He's
Yeah.
got the
Jake
shirt.
Wingfield, if he stays fit.
Wingfield, if he's fit, we know he's got a lot of experience there. So, does he want more of a forward to make more meters? Does he want just another six, basically, which is what Shorrocks would be there? I think Wingfield's kind of a bit of both. Big forward who can also pass. So you've
Yeah.
got like three different loose forwards there,
I think
all
Shane
have the
Wright can
strengths
play
and
there if
weaknesses.
needs be.
I think Wrighty probably could play there too. So, all got the strengths and weaknesses. I think it's going to have to be a bit of a trial and error. I actually think he'll start with Shorrocks and that'll surprise people. I think he will. But whether it's again stays like that for very long, who knows? It all depends on early performances, doesn't it? So,
Yeah. I mean, for me, it'd be Wellesby at one, Sailor at six, where he could actually focus on being the running standoff that he is
yeah,
with the kicking game for Hastings and the organisation for Hastings.
yeah, and that's it.
Darryl Clark picks himself at nine. I do want to see Jake Burns a bit more. And then obviously 13 is completely up for debate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's up to the players to train and play and earn it, which is good. I think no one's going to be rested on the laurels. I think in the key positions this year, it's going to be if you're not performing, there's someone else there who's going to be waiting. Any of the halfbacks not performing, Whitby's going to be chomping at the bit. Lomax will still be around, trying to have a point to prove. I think with a new coach that
It's
he's
weird.
not done.
Let's talking
You
about the
know,
team and not mentioning Lomax.
I think Lomax will start as the 14, as in you can come on and
Yeah.
and it's versatile, so you can move players around, you can play a few positions. So I think that's a key substitute. He'll be that number 14. But Whitby will also be on his heels, and he'll be on the heels of the halfbacks as well. So It's good. Maybe it lights a fire under Johnny.
Yeah,
Fresh start, new coach. He knows he's probably not going to be starting in the team. He's got to work for this now. He's got to, if anything can get a good season out of Lomax, I think it's set up perfectly for him
yeah,
to prove that he's still got something to give. And I hope he
that's it.
does. Hope he
I
does.
mean, there's a lot of shouts for Wales, which goes to 13, which I don't know.
I think he needed to be a bit bigger. I get the
Yeah,
idea, but I think he needs to be, you
but you
know,
got a ball player there, but
like you can have a ball player, but I think his frame, he needs to be, he'd need to have a bit more weight to him. He needs,
yeah,
like he needs to be a bit like Skullfoot or Wingfield, that kind of build, and he's a bit smaller for me. And I think he just needs to be more involved on the edges than in the middle. So
yeah,
6 or 1, I think is just better for him rather than try to. I think he's talented enough, and Rally's a good enough coach that he could probably learn to play 13. But why would you do that when he can already play fullback really well?
yeah.
So
I mean, he can already play a few positions. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, George Whitby. I think he's definitely in the plans,
yeah, I
but it's
think
going
we'll
to
get we'll.
be down to him how he responds to what's in front of him.
Yeah, he's still really young.
Yeah,
Still really young for a key position. He'll get probably some of the cup games. He'll get some bench appearances at the
yeah, he'll get
14
minutes.
position. He'll get minutes, and um, I think we don't know what's going to happen with Hastings beyond this year, so they'll want to make sure in case it's just a 1 year and done that Whitby's ready, so he'll get plenty
Yeah,
of minutes
again,
in
that's
that
going to come
case.
down to how
You know,
George responds to it, doesn't it?
yeah.
He's going to
So
be given the opportunity there. It's just up to him to take it.
yeah, exactly. It's just up to him
And
to
from what we've
carry on
seen
what
of
he's
him,
doing.
yeah, from what I've seen of him, I'm confident that he will do.
Yeah. I said there's no rush. Like people always want to rush sometimes. Not everybody has to be, you know, Sean Long playing a full first team season at like 18 and all
Yeah,
that type of stuff. Sometimes it takes a bit longer. He's still a very young lad, and it was his first season last season. I think Wellesby had a couple of seasons of being in and out before he
yeah.
really cemented himself. So
Well, he played centre, wing. They
yeah,
put him anywhere where he was needed, really, didn't they?
yeah. I think 19 he had a few, 2 or 3. 20 had obviously had more. I think it was on like 21 that he really, was in there more like a lot more. So still
Yeah,
loads of time with me, loads of time to just give
yeah,
him some bench appearances, give him some cup games maybe, and just see how he does.
yeah. I mean, from what I've heard, there's no plans to send him out on loan or on dual
No,
reg.
I wouldn't. He
You
needs to
want
be
him in
around
and
that
around the
first
squad
team
week to week.
environment. Yeah, you definitely. I think he can learn a lot from Hastings as well on the pitch.
That's it. He'll become like a bit of an understudy, really, won't he?
Yeah, yeah,
So, 9. Now, I mean, if Clark and Burns get injured, that's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough season.
yeah. I'm not too aware, to be honest, of the new academy lads. If any of them can play hooker, I'm not sure if there's any
Yeah,
on the horizon.
Luca Walsh a half. I know
I'm
that.
not. Obviously, the academy and the reserves will both have a hooker, but I don't know if either of those lads would be considered, even with injuries. In an emergency, you can put Sailor there, or maybe even Lomax in a big
Yeah,
emergency. But hopefully, with Clark and Burns there, hopefully we're not unlucky enough to have two of them with long-term
yeah,
injuries at once.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I don't want to wish it, but if Clark does get injured, I won't be too disappointed because I do want to see more of Jake Burns.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's probably make or break for Burns. He's in his mid-20s now. He's not a young lad
Yeah,
anymore, and it'll probably be the season that decides what trajectory his career takes. So I'm sure he'll be, very fired up, and he'll be busting
yeah,
his arse off to get those minutes off the bench and to step in if there is an injury. So it'll be interesting to see what he's like again. New coach, who knows? Because we saw the difference in some players from Cunningham to Holbrook within months. It was like
well,
they were like
it
a
was
different
pretty much
people.
overnight, wasn't it?
Like so, that's an exciting thing. Who knows who's gonna be a lot better because they might just suit the coach more. They might just, in terms of like personality, sometimes it just comes down to that. Nothing against Welland. It might just come down to they click better with Rowley. We've seen
Yeah,
it, like you said, it was overnight with some players for Holbrook to Cunningham. So maybe Jake Burns is twice as good this year. It could happen. You don't know. Like it's an
yeah,
exciting thing with a new coach. So it'd be interesting to see. I think we could be very wrong with it 3 months into the season, and all sorts of players could be in there that we didn't expect to be in there.
yeah. I mean, from what I've seen from Jake, he does like to run from dummy half, which is always welcome in my opinion. I love a dummy half runner,
Mm-hmm. Especially if
but
the
it's
ruck
a
is going to be
daunting
quicker,
position.
like the refs said they have, like the RFL have said it's going to be. Whether that happens or not, I'm not holding my breath, but they have said they're going to try and make it quicker. So maybe that suits Jake Burns more as well. A quicker ruck this
Yeah,
year, could be good for him.
yeah. I mean, it's a daunting position to take at Saints now, isn't it? Hooker, because obviously you had Cunningham, everything he'd done. Well, Roby topped it in my opinion.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean, Daz Clark, he's done his job.
since 1996, we've had in that position most of the time one of the best hookers in the country. All
Yeah,
right,
in the
yes,
world.
maybe Clark at the end of his career, but still a very good player, and at his best was very good. So in terms of names, like how big the name is, I mean, Cunningham, Roby, Clark is like three of the best English hookers of the past 30 odd 40 years.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
it's
could go and grab.
yeah,
You could have grabbed fucking. I mean, I don't know anyone from Australia, and they'd be under a microscope putting that shirt on.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think 13 is going to be the same. Loose forward now is going to be a really under a microscope position.
yeah. It is. I agree.
But we just all need to remember. Listen, yes, we haven't got Morgan Knowles now, and no, not many people are going to fill those shoes. But whoever's playing there, just give them the chance.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
definitely.
um, what do we think of the overall recruitment then? I think it's been a lot better compared to
Yeah,
previous
like I said,
seasons.
they left it very late, but yeah, fair enough. It looks obviously it's all on paper at the moment. You don't know until the players perform, but you can't really blame them if it goes wrong because hindsight's a wonderful thing. You don't
Yeah,
know until you know. But on paper, I don't think you can argue. It's hard in one off season to do a lot of changes, and I think we did the best we could in one off season. You know,
yeah.
yeah, people moan about some of the signings not being too exciting, but you got to think it's one off season. There's going to be probably a 2, 3, 4 year plan in place behind the scenes. At big clubs, there always is like a big 5 year plan. So signings like Shorrocks and you're right, they're useful.
Yeah.
You can't have superstars, 6 or 7 being signed every year for a Super League team. It's just not going to happen. So
Yeah.
I don't think you could have asked for much more from the hand they were dealt, really.
The beauty of a salary cap sport.
Indeed.
But I mean, you got like I said, David Clemmer coming in with a lot of pedigree behind him. Like obviously,
Yeah, definitely.
Origin and Kangaroos for a start.
And still performing well. He's no doubt he never lived up to his early performances at the Bulldogs. But if you look at his stats, that's still a 100 metre a game prop, which
Yeah,
is what you want from a top four side. One of your starting props, you want around that 90 to 100 a game. So he's done that in a tougher league, arguably. So I don't see why he can't do it here.
he's got the biggest hands I've ever fucking seen as well.
I
I
like
shook
bigger
hands with him, and
plates.
I don't have small hands by any stretch, and he could palm a fucking car. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
some people can pick up a
yeah,
basketball with one hand. He could pick up a car. His hands
yeah.
are ridiculous. If he drops that ball once, I'm going to be disappointed. His hands are bigger than the bloody ball.
They are indeed, yeah.
Yeah. Um. So the biggest news I think is Salford's rebrand and takeover.
Yeah, well, fresh new start for
Yep.
Salford. New
Yep.
CEO, new owner, new coach, and the first 4 signings announced today as well, with apparently more to come in the next week or
Yeah. I
two.
know Jack Walker's one of them. I saw that one.
Yeah, and I can't remember. I don't have them off the top of my head. There was a lad in there who was a former St. Serves player, and a couple of players who were young lads for Salford last year have stayed on with him. So that's good for them that they weren't. Not everyone's just been been left after the collapse of the old club. So over 1,000 season tickets sold for them already in the
Oh, hang on,
championship.
there's more. So we've got
Um,
Noah Appleby,
yeah, that's it.
Jacob Andrew
Appleby
Smith,
was Saints reserves lad.
yeah,
Good player.
Ollie Gamston, another Saints lad.
Yeah.
This is just Saints. It's just Saints players everywhere. Bardell Wells. Don't remember seeing him about. Cole Appleby, Sam Hill. Sam Hill, that's a good signing to be fair. That don't mind that. Charlie Glover,
So I think they've got
Damola
to be.
Lola.
Like I said, it's so early. You don't know how many of it's going to go. Having Brierley in as CEO is probably a bit of
I
a
think that's
risk
a
there.
great shout. That someone who's the fabric of the club.
No experience in business is the only thing I'd say. It's a business role, not
Yeah,
really a rugby role. But I don't imagine they had a lot of options in
yeah. I
terms of
mean,
getting stuff together
he'll
in like 6
probably
weeks. So,
yeah he'll probably handle the rugby side of it more than anything else. I think.
and I do know that apparently he is currently studying a qualification in business as well. So there's no better
There we go.
experience than actually being a CEO while he's studying.
Yeah,
So I'm sure he'll do very well in those exams. But I think again, there was 6 weeks to get a corporate structure in the team. So I don't think you can really. It's like beggars
they've
can't be
done well.
choosers.
To be fair,
Basically,
they've done really well.
done well. I think they've been. Um, I think they've been very sensible in not going with the development structure. I know it's a tough thing, a tough decision to
Yeah,
make. A
that
lot of the
needs to
young
come
lads have
later on
gone,
though.
but you got to walk before you run, and it costs a lot of money to do it properly. And they've said that. They said we'd love to do it, we want to do it, but we're starting from scratch. We don't want to just do what they don't immediately start taking loads of loans out because you're just going to end up having the same problem as last time. So it must have been a hard call for them. A lot of young lads being let down there. It's not
Yeah,
nice, but you've got to think about future proofing the club and generating income before you start spending loads of money. So I think that was a sensible early call as well,
yeah.
and a good young ambitious coach as well as the head coach.
Mike
Which
Grady, yeah, who's
yeah,
formerly coached the Salford women. So again,
did
another person from
did.
within.
And Dave Hewitt, former Saints academy player and
Yeah,
championship veteran, taking his first step into coaching as well. So I think that's a good, exciting signing in terms of coaching the attack. In the championship, they've already got over 1,000 season tickets sold. You look at
yeah.
the average
Fair play to the
attendances in the
fans there.
championship, that's very good for a championship. Yeah, that's really good already. You imagine they'd get close to 2,000, which again, considering the decline that club's been on and that they're in the championship, I don't think you can really turn your nose up if they get to close to 2,000. And if they can average, around 2,000 a game in the championship, they'll be doing a very good job, I think, to start with. Um,
But they've
so yeah, it's
just
just
announced a
getting this
squad for
squad together
Saturday.
now.
Yeah, we've just
Yeah.
announced our squad for Saturday. It's
Oh
all
yes,
academy players like.
yeah, yeah, yes. Be a good, exciting
Yeah.
opportunity to see a lot of those young lads, which I think's good.
A name that sticks out there straight away, Ollie Rober, second
Roby,
generation. I
no
mean,
pressure on that lad's shoulders.
do you know what? Honestly, I really wish the kid well, but I mean, he's going to have the microscope on him from day one.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what position he actually plays there. What position is?
I don't think he's in the pack. I'm sure he's a back.
It'd be interesting to check that, but yeah, it'll be a good, exciting opportunity. I think that.
Yeah,
So
and
get
Aussie
down if you
two.
can.
Yeah, I was supposed to be going, but I'm double booked. So yeah, Jake Davis, another player that we want to see a bit more of.
Yeah, and I know Jake Davis is very highly rated, and I think they just were just a bit concerned that he's lightweight in his frame. They wanted him a bit bigger. Otherwise, he
Yeah,
probably would have played a bit more last year. So it'd be interesting to see what work he's done in the off season, if he's like developed a bit physically, because I think if he has, we'll be seeing some of him this season as well.
yeah. And again, it's just one of them games for Raleigh to go, right, I've got these young players now. Let's see what they've got and who I can rely on if
Yeah.
shit goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be looking forward to that. It's that time again where we talk absolute nonsense about what we think is going to happen this season.
God, here we go.
Um, I'm potentially going to make an absolute fool of myself, but I'm either going to have egg on my face, or I'm going to look like a genius.
Well, we didn't get
And
to
you,
do
you'll know what
these.
you'll know what that is when we get to it.
We didn't get to do these last year, so we are going to be the
We
first
did to an
time.
extent. We did to an extent, didn't we?
Yeah, but we didn't. We were a little bit into the season, weren't we? So we don't get the
Yeah,
full, the full level of predictions that are probably all going to be completely wrong come September.
yeah. Oh, this is a bloody big list. We tell you that now.
But let's. Shall we go through the categories?
Yeah. What order do you want to do it in?
And we can start
So we'll,
with
we'll get the we'll get the crap ones out the way, which is the one spoon for men's and women's.
wooden spoon. Yes, wooden
Yeah.
spoon. I've got that here
Now,
somewhere.
women's, I am going with Barrow.
I'm going with Featherstone
Yeah, I was
on the
thinking
women's,
Featherstone, but I
just
don't
as the
know. It's
promoted
one of them.
team. So,
Yeah.
um,
I was going to say Warrington until I remembered they got relegated.
yeah, they just dropped out.
Yeah.
For the men's,
Castleford.
I've gone Bradford.
I don't know. It's going to be an awkward one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're going to
Um,
really see the result of stretching that player base thin for these promoted sides.
yeah. It's going to
That's
be
my
interesting either
thinking.
way.
So we're
Breakout
going to
player, men
breakout
and women.
player. I don't really have one for women, so don't really know enough about any up and coming
I've got
players.
one only because I know her mum.
So you're a bit biased, but go on.
Yeah, Zoe King,
There we go.
Saints.
Um, for the men, again, I only really know up and coming for Saints, so I'm just doing a Saints one because I don't know up and coming at any other club. But I would say if he gets a shot, Douglas, if he does
Yeah,
get a chance to play in the wing, I think he'll be surprise people. Or Cohen, I think
yeah,
Cohen will get more game time and will show a lot of good promise in the pack as well. So I'll go for those two as
yeah.
potential breakouts.
Mine's not so much a up and coming player, but I think they're gonna have the breakout season. That's Jack Sinfield. I think he'll
It's
get a lot more
interesting
game
shout.
time at Wakefield.
He will do, yeah. Yeah, he'll be one of the key players there, I think.
Yeah. Um, Surprise team,
Surprise
men
team.
and women.
Well, women, I've gone for Huddersfield.
Yeah, I've gone with Huddersfield
I
because
think
they've been knocking the door a little bit there.
yeah, done a lot of recruiting. They're really, again, they're not working with a lot because they don't get a lot of support from Huddersfield, the organisation. They're basically on. They use the name and that's it. They're on their own a
Yeah,
lot. But I think they've done some good recruiting and the coaching that they've done. There's a lot of improvement in the players. I think they'll sneak into that top six. I think out of those
yeah.
8 teams now. I think they were six anyway, but they might finish fifth or fourth maybe next year. So,
I'm going further than that. I'm putting them in the top four. I
ooh,
think they're gonna. Well, we'll get to that in a bit.
but
Um, Men's surprise team.
I don't think there's too many options because I mean, unless Castleford won the league or something ridiculous like that, I think your only options are looking at those promoted sides. I don't think any other team's going to move too much. So I've gone for York as the highest placed
Do you know
promoted
what? I've
side.
gone with York as well.
And I think they might finish not even in the bottom two or three, maybe around ninth or 10th, maybe even eighth. I'm going to go around between eighth and 10th, maybe for them, which I think is
I
a lot
am.
higher than I think people would expect them all to finish near the bottom, the promoted sides.
Well, I am predicting York in the playoffs.
Oof, that's a shocker.
It
You
could.
know
It
what?
could
I'll hold
be.
my hands
Listen,
up
this is
and you
what I
can
mean.
laugh
I
at
can
me.
end up with egg on my face, but it is what it is. Hey, listen, no one expected Wakefield to get in there last year.
True.
Well, it
Well
takes a couple
said.
of inconsistent sides in the what you call the normal top
Well,
eight, but
after that top four, it probably is going to be nothing but inconsistent sides. So
yeah,
maybe, yeah. I think they have to rely on a lot. They've got a lot of young players in that team that will all have to really play well year one. But fair enough. Fair
yeah.
enough.
Like I say,
You
listen,
thoughts?
people can come back to this and say you're a dickhead, or they can come back and say good shout. One of the two.
Yeah,
So listen, you need to have a bit of controversy in there, don't you?
you
It's
do.
boring if we just do the same thing.
You do.
Um,
So we go top
Woman of
six then.
Steel. We'll
Oh,
go with
so
that in a
we'll,
minute.
yeah, go on. We'll
Woman of
do that.
Steel.
Woman of Steel. You know what? I am being biased. I don't care. Do not care. Any slights. You can say, oh, well, I know why you've picked that. Don't care. It's Jodie Cunningham. I think it's
Ooh.
going to be. I really do.
Yeah,
Um,
I've sort of taken my Saints hat off with this. I'll go with Eva Hunter.
I couldn't bring myself to pick the Wigan players. I'm sorry. I do apologise to him, but I couldn't bring myself to pick him. And then so I thought, well, I have to pick a Saints player. So I think Saints are doing a lot of good recruitment again, and again, a lot of of the young girls coming through. I think are
Yeah,
promising.
Paige is back.
Pages back, and I just think if Saints are going to be top two and in the finals again, who is always one of the key players, Jodie's
Yeah,
always a mainstay. So it's a bit of a safe maybe option there, but and yes, very biased, don't care. But Eva Hunter's a good one for Wigan too. To
yeah.
be honest, it's a very good shout
I've gone Wigan again for
for
Man
the
of Steel.
men's.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Gaz.
For some reason, I've just picked Jay Field.
Well, it's a good thing we got you this Wigan shirt.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know, Ben won the predictions, and I have to wear a Wigan shirt on fucking
Well, you know
game,
what?
the whole first home game.
Again, I'm sticking team bias, and I'm going Jackson Hastings.
Yeah, done it before.
Done it before. And I also think the system's quite flawed. And when there's a new big signing and he's kind of the media darling, which I think Jackson will be if he plays well, they tend to just get those points, even if other players might should share them a bit more. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I think we saw that. You know, we've seen that with Field before, so it's probably a good shout. But usually, those star players who have like the bigger, spotlight on them will naturally, when teams are playing well, just hoover up those points. So
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking with Hastings.
Right. Should we go Challenge Cup finalists and winners?
Challenge Cup finalists, yeah. Men,
Right. The men. Do you know what? I'm actually going Leeds and Wigan in the final.
I am going Saints versus Lee.
No, tell a lie. No, that's completely wrong. I'm looking at the women's. I've done Lee and Leeds in the final. Challenge Cup final for the
Oh,
men.
fair enough.
And
Yeah,
I'm picking Leeds to win that.
I've gone
I
Saints and
just
Lee.
it's this combination of Croft and Connor. I just can't get over it.
And I think for the women, I've gone St Helens versus York.
I've
I think it'll
gone
be a
Wigan
Saints
Saints
York
and
one.
Saints to win it.
And yes, I've
No,
also
it
gone
says that I've
Saints to
got
win
more
both.
confidence in the women's side than the men's.
And I've gone Saints to win in both for mine, both the men's and the women's. Who knows?
Oh, fair enough then.
Got to be
Oh, Joe,
optimistic
what?
about summer.
Fuck the rest of it. We're just going to win the treble. Men and women.
You're going to be optimistic at the start of the season. It's
Joe, what?
halfway through that you become
I'm just getting rid of my
pessimistic.
list now. I don't need it. We're going to win the treble.
Grand final, men and women.
Women, Wigan Saints again. I think
I've gone
we'll
Wigan
win them. We'll
Saints
win it
again,
this time.
and we'll get the revenge. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. And for the men, I've actually also gone for a repeat. I think KR Wigan again,
Oh,
with
I've
KR
gone Leeds
winning
Wigan.
again.
I've just got a
No,
feeling about Leeds this season.
I'm not buying the lead type. I think they'll be the same as last year. Not buying
Yeah.
it, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, in the day, when Croft and Connor started playing together, I mean, it was just a different team, wasn't it?
True. I think there's a lot of inconsistency with both of them, though. So we'll have to see if they can put a full season together.
Right.
So we could do a full top six because I've got them.
Yeah.
Well, my
It was
women's is
hard to
very
get this.
simple.
I'll get this one out of
Because
the way. York 6. Just get out of the way because I'm probably going to be completely incorrect
you've
about
gone
that.
for the men's, right?
Yeah.
All right, you've gone York 6. Well, let's do position. Let's do place by place.
Yeah.
I've gone Wire 6th. I think they
No.
improve a lot this year.
No, they're not allowed
think,
to get anywhere near.
I think they improve a lot this year, and I think they get sneak back into the playoffs.
No, they can F off. They're not even close to it, man.
It's not what I want to happen. It's just what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. 5th, I've gone Lee.
I've gone Lee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay around the same place.
Just because of all the changes, I've put us 4th.
I've gone for Leeds fourth.
Yeah. I've got KR third. I think they'll struggle early on with the Vegas and World Club Challenge on,
It's a
then catching the
shout.
game up as well.
I've got All Saints at third, slightly improving from last
Yeah.
year.
I've got Leeds second,
I've got Wigan second
and I've got Wigan first.
and KR top for me. So KR double line predicted again.
So
And for
5 out of the 6 we've all got in there.
and the women's one, I'm literally just predicting the same as last year. There's
Yeah.
only 8 teams, so I'm predicting
Saints,
the same
Wigan,
top
Leeds,
six.
Huddersfield.
So I think Barrow and Featherstone just miss out for the women. Everybody else gets in that top six. That's what I'm going
Yeah.
for.
I mean, I've done the top 4 for the women, which would be Saints, Wigan, Leeds, Huddersfield.
Well, I've got same Saints, Wigan, Leeds, York. I still think Huddersfield will be better, but can't see. Maybe they'll knock Leeds out, possibly. Huddersfield,
Yeah.
maybe that might happen. Could be a shout, but yeah, that's what I've gone for.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting either way, whichever way that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Definitely.
I thought this was going to last a bit longer. This bit. Oh, league leaders! Bloody hell, forgot about that.
Well, we just said the top six, so
Well, basically
KR, yeah.
Liverpool just done that. Anything else, Ben?
Uh,
I mean, this is going to be a short one, mate.
I
But
predict the RFL will piss us off a lot during the season, as
that's a given.
always.
That's a given,
Yeah,
though, isn't it?
and there'll be a lot of ridiculous, stupid things in the news, probably monthly. And yeah, we'll probably be, tearing our hair out constantly, week in, week out, about things the RFL are doing. So that's my big prediction for the season.
Yeah. I'm just
Unbelievably.
sort of scrolling to
We
try
could go
and
World Club
find something
Challenge
to
as
talk
well.
about. Joe, what? As much as I want that trophy to stay over here, I think Brisbane have got too much.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of the times when it's played over here, we've got a fairly decent record in England, the English teams, and I think KR will do it. It's going to be a
Do you know
huge
what? Yeah,
game for
that
them.
the
20
whole
odd
crowd will
thousand
get
in
on top
Hull.
of him.
Yeah. Again, it just depends what Brisbane turn up that early in a season, halfway across the world. I actually think KR will win by 2 or 3 scores in that game.
Yeah. Oh,
So they technically will win a treble then, in my
yeah.
predictions.
Another player turned up at York, which got announced. Will Roberts, again, another Saints Academy player.
Yeah, makes
One I had
sense. He
high hopes for, to be honest.
just had too many in front of him. Whitby's in front of
Yeah.
him. I think Luca Walsh now is probably close to overtaking him. He's got Jack Hastings, Lomax, Saylor, Wellesby already in the first team. I think it just makes sense for him to
Yeah.
take a first team position somewhere. And I think he'll become a good player. I think that's a good signing for York.
Yeah. And this is another reason why I'm putting them up there, because the signs that they're making, that they're signing hard-working players.
Yeah.
No,
I
and the ones
think,
that from Saints, obviously him and Benison, we know how hard-working they are.
yeah, I think it'll be a year or two before a lot of them really develop, because they're signing a lot of young lads who probably aren't quite ready for the first team, but there's no better way to learn than playing the first team. So I think more so next season we'll see more from them. But
That's it.
it's a
You,
good
you
signing.
can't cut. You can't coach experience, can you? You just have to gain it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you can train all you want, but you only get better by going out there and playing matches at the
I
highest level
agree.
possible. Um, trying to think. Oh, Challenge Cup's kicking off.
It is indeed. Is that next
So let's
week, I
get
think?
these. I think some games are this weekend. We're going to get
Get those up, yeah.
get them up here. Yeah, this weekend. So we have a bit of a derby going on. We've got Oral St James against Durst Finch.
That'll be
That's
that'll be a good game.
That'll be a feisty one, I think.
It
Just looking
definitely will.
for what else have we got?
Well, I
Blackbrook
believe
against the Police.
Blackbrook
That's
playing, the police, GB
yeah.
police team.
This is a bit of a standout match. Wigan St Jude's against Lee Miners.
Yeah,
Another bit of a derby game.
yeah. So
Um,
if you want your rugby fix, take a look. Saturday and Sunday, there's loads of fixtures across the north. So and a lot of them will be either free up to about £4 or £5
yeah.
to watch. So very, very cheap, accessible rugby league this weekend. Um,
Oh, excuse me. And Thatcherweath against Seaton Rangers. I believe they're in Workington, aren't they, Seaton?
they are indeed, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the community clubs in St Helens. That's what they're up to this weekend. Um, yeah, it's going to be a short one, but yeah, I think that's it. But it's not a lot to talk about, yeah, is there?
No, not yet. It's the first, it's the start. But if you want to do your own predictions,
Yeah, feel free
um,
to send them in, and we'll
yeah,
put them on there.
whether it's on the Spotify comments or I'm not sure if you're going to do any clips of these, but if it's on a TikTok somewhere, put them
Yeah.
there and let
Well,
us know your own
what
predictions.
we're thinking of doing was bring on like maybe once a month, bring a Saints fan on,
Yeah,
talk about whatever you want to talk about as well as whatever's going on. Um, if you are listening to this, and I know there's at least 50 people listening to these every week now because I'm looking at the bloody numbers. It's don't
which is good.
hide. Comments on the video on the Spotify or the YouTube or DM us on the socials. We'll
Yeah,
get you on. Just try and engage as many different fans as we can instead of just the same people that congregate together.
and if you haven't, because I know everyone would have been very busy over Christmas. If you've not
Yeah.
seen the interview with Jodie Cunningham yet, check that one out as well.
Yeah, that is up there. We said when we came off, that's probably one of our better ones, or if not
It
the
is one of
best.
the best ones, yeah, yeah. Some really interesting stuff from Jodie on that one, so don't miss it if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it already.
And next week, I'm attending the Matterley's testimonial event next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try and get this recorded as early as we can and get uploaded and out there before I go.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. So yeah, I think that'll do us for the first one of 2026.
yeah, it's good to be back, and we'll have some games to talk about by next week. I might try and get down to Blackbrook myself, so I might be able to give a bit of a live report, not live, but like a report from me viewing it live on the next podcast.
Yeah, and say I'm going to be at Sale Sharks next Saturday actually.
It's the wrong sport.
Believe that or not, but I'm there to support a little mate of mine, so that's what's going on there. I was supposed to go to the Swindon game, but end up double booking. But I'm not going to let a little lad down, so
Yeah.
I'll be doing that. So yeah, we'll be back next week, and take care, everyone. And remember, if you want to come on and jump on, talk to us about whatever you want to talk about regarding rugby league and whatever
Mm-hmm.
drivel we're banging on about.
All right.
Get in touch, and we'll sort it out.
All right.
Right. So thanks very much, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
See you then.